Good morning. We're here on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia, for the first race of the DF65 Australian titles. We've got 40 entrants who've come along from Australia and New Zealand. We've got three fleets, an A, B and C fleet, and lots of strong competition. This is the largest championship which we've had in Australia, and we've got 16 clubs represented today from all over the place, from Tasmania, South Australia, Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, to name a few. Anyway, we've gone in for a start. What we want to do today is just talk about, we're going to do a series of videos on the A fleet, and just we'll be talking to some of the winning boats today about their setups, in particular their rig settings, sail settings, and any advice they can give new sailors on how to tune your boat and make the performance better. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We'll be issuing a new video each day on the series, starting from 1 to number 17, race 17. So please feel welcome to subscribe to the channel. Lots of information and great content about how to improve your boat. Anyway, we're going up to the top mark, and as you can see, 5-2 is in the lead at the moment, followed by 19 and 5-3. Conditions today are light. There's a cool southeasterly breeze, or southwesterly breeze, blowing around about 6 kilometres an hour, so it's on the light end. And we did discuss with 52 what his setups were today, and what was interesting was he had a very, very soft rig. And what I mean by that was there was a soft forestay, soft jib halyard tension, soft backstay, and the mast was dead straight. He also had a very, very powerful mainsail with nearly 40 millimetres in the foot, a very, very loose Cunningham, and on his jib, which was quite contrary to what you'd think, he actually had a very flat jib of 25. The reason he said that was because it was relatively calm conditions and didn't need the power for the punch through the waves, and that gave him some pointing ability. What 52 seems to be doing is sailing fast and really making sure the boat's moving through the water pretty quickly. And part of the whole, I suppose, strategy in sailing is to make sure you're picking up the right lifts as well. But importantly, just when we had a look at some of the winning boats today, they seem to have a tight main leach. 52 was running a 40 millimetre main leach from the backstay to the middle of the mainsail. And this seemed to increase the pressure on the sail and the push, particularly downwind, where 52 was relatively fast, and some of the other boats which had tighter leaches were fast. One of the other issues was where do you set your boom, your jib and main boom? And in these lighter conditions, it was to keep your boat moving through the water. You didn't want to pinch. You basically wanted to run it fairly free. Once you get your speed up, what we noticed today was the boats were then lifting, but get your speed up and then lift the boat and come up to the breeze. But sailing free seemed to be a big thing for those top boats today. Interestingly, on that free setting, a lot of the boats, the top 2 or 3 boats, had a main boom of around about 18. That's from the centre line to the inside edge of the boom, and a jib boom of around about 38 to 40. And some were even further out, easing further out, particularly as the chop slowed the boats down in particular. So what we're seeing here now is this is the second rounding at the top mark, and 5-2 is still ahead, followed by, I think that's number 6 and number 99. What we'll talk about also during this series is the sails which the boats use. 5-2 and 99 have different types of sail settings. 99 has a very flat head on his sail. That gives him more power. But in the lighter conditions, a softer head seems to work a little bit better. 5-2 has chosen a 35 micron turbo head with relatively soft battens, which tend to thrive in the lighter airs, but in the stronger breezes, it was not as good downwind in particular because he had too much twist coming off the head, which was a bit of an issue downwind. Going into the bottom mark, big fleet today. We've got 40 odd boats, so 3 fleets, and going to that wind is dying out at the moment. Clearly you need to look for these puffs, and the fleet is coming down at the moment with a big breeze at the back of them, catching 5-2. So 5-2, recognising this, is coming across to the weather buoy here. However, there are a lot of boats coming down. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the channel if you enjoy these videos. We'll be issuing around about 17 videos on a daily, well, one each day, just updating over the 17 race series. 6 goes around on the weather mark and picks up a nice little breeze on that side, and has got a real advantage at the moment coming across to the finish. 6 is sailing with very, very, let's say, looser leach than 5-2, and moving pretty quickly through the water. We'll also be looking at mast rakes. It seemed like the top boats in the lighter areas had their masts further back around that 943, 945 sort of area. Particularly the Tasmanians, who seem to like their masts right back, even to the extent of 938. 5-2, well done 5-2, well done 6, going in for a finish. Look forward to seeing you out on the water. We'll be issuing another video tomorrow morning. Bye for now.